Hi, I wanted to make this video about these guys, Chapman Guitars, particularly this one that I bought February last year, which is the Chapman ML-1. If you've never heard of Chapman Guitars, if you've got a Rob Chapman's channel, yes, hello dog, you'll find the history of Chapman Guitars on there, and it'll tell you how they're made and why they're unique in their design process from any other manufacturer, as far as I know. Now these are actually made in the Korean PRS factory, which is where Rob Chapman visited, I think it was late last year, early this year, and in that factory you can clearly see the SE models on workbenches and racks, while these particular guitars are being made. So extremely high quality factory. The owner's a Buddhist apparently, so it's not some kind of sweatshop, I can tell you that for nothing, because knowing Rob Chapman only publicly as everyone else does, I just can't see Rob being happy with that. I just can't see him going along with it. So a quick overview on the construction. It's a two-piece, I believe, mahogany body with a maple cap, as you can see the edge of there, and that's called a reveal binding. So it's not something stuck to the guitar, that is literally just the edge of the maple that you can see. The very top has a veneer attached to that maple, which is obviously much thinner than the cap, but you can see the thickness of the cap. The neck is 3 separate pieces of maple. That does actually give a neck quite a bit of stability, because you've got grains running in different directions, which stops twisting, things like that. Tuners, they're all Grovers. I'll put pictures over here. Bridge is a Wilkinson sort of standard type trem, very well made. The seating around it, very comfortable, very smooth on the hands. There's no little Allen screws coming up and digging in the edge of your hand as you palm mute. And also they can't move side to side as well. The minute I've got this literally almost hardtailed. The pickups, they are Chapman's own pickups. This one's called Guitarnivore, and I forget the name of the 2 single coils, but again, they're something made for Chapman guitars. This sounds like a Seymour Duncan custom to me. That's what this sounds like. A little bit hotter maybe, but you know, that's all that. The wiring is also quite unique on these. You've got a 3-way toggle, a volume, master tone, and then a switch. Now on a lot of guitars that does one function, but on this guitar that completely changes what's happening here. So in this position I'll plug it in and we'll go through that. Right, okay, so moving right along, I've now connected up the guitar, but before I carry on, I'll mention inside the control cavity, the quality of the components in there, the switch, potentiometers, capacitor, etc. Very impressive for the price. The pots are the proper full-size ones that you get from CTS, people and Switchcraft, people like that. I'll put a picture here, and that's of a 50p piece, which if you don't know what that is in America, sorry, but everyone in the UK will know, you know, for scale, what size those pots are. So we're now connected up to this Marshall, which is a 6101 30th anniversary. It's a cracking amp, fantastic for live and recording. So we're direct into the amp, and I've got just a delay, that's it, because I hate playing dry. So with all that said, we'll just move along. Okay, so the switching on these guitars, quite interesting. And the first one, we'll call position 1, or all the way down, gives you the first pickup, which is a Guitarnivore. So that just sounds like nice, warm, mid-rangey. Do like that. Reminds me of a Seymour Duncan Custom. That's a real name, but just not quite as hot on the output. Second position I think gives us that humbucker plus this middle single coil. So again, got more of the Strat type ring to it. Quite useful for, you know. Very usable. Third position gives us the neck pickup, which is your single coil Strat type sound. Very usable. Certainly happy with that. Yeah, liking that. Okay, so back to first position, but now we use the switch that's actually on the tone control. So for that, first position I think gives us the bridge pickup, but now the bridge pickup's acting as a single coil because one of the coils is literally switched off. And for the difference. Still quite full though. Very usable. Second position I think is the classic Strat of the middle pickup and the bridge pickup together. So tempted to play a Mark Knopfler riff, but instantly flag the video on YouTube. Next position is an unusual one. It's all three pickups on at once, but I think this is still behaving as a single coil pickup. Stratocaster, you can't normally do that unless you've custom wired it, and or you've got one of the 80s Elite models which actually had three little push switches, each one turned the pickup on or off. They were a total pain because you had to do all this business. So anyway, I think that's a great and usable wiring system for live studio or whatever it is you're trying to do. You could, you know, have all sorts of other stuff done to it. You know, there's bags of room inside that cavity as well. If you wanted to put EMGs or some other active pickup in there, you could do that. Brilliant, you know, really, really good. Don't have to carve wood. You can just put bits in, take them out, sell the guitar, get a different guitar, you know, whatever. So really good. Moving on, we shall go to channel 2. Oh, hello. Yeah, I am sat right next to the transformer, so there will be a bit of that. I'll try and move slightly away, but it's not. I'm in a tight spot here. So straight away, humbucking pickup, the Guitar through a Marshall, not at full volume because I'd get shot for that, but just add a touch more treb there. Let's try a bit of riffage with that. It's one of my riffs. Well, that is a seriously usable pickup sound. Let's try a bit of lead stuff with it. Oh, yeah, I think that works. Definitely a bit of a screamer. So second position for that. We're into the Strat thing again. Got to be usable by someone. Moving up to the neck pickup, all on his lonesome. Definitely usable on that single coil. Now I've moved to this pickup, I'm obviously that bit further away, which shows you how good the screening actually is in here, because the transformer for this amp is massive and it's right there. Okay, so back to 1 again. Okay, and now we've got these two working together. And finally, all three are single coils. Extremely usable guitar. Now, next section will be comparisons.